For a long time, I had to wait for my life to start. And waiting felt safe. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mossy. This is Mountain Lion Mindset. I'm writing a memoir slash guidebook on survival, bipolar disorder, rebuilding, and choosing a future instead of waiting for one to come around. Let's get into it. Waiting did feel safe, I'm not gonna lie. I went manic, and then the recovery phase of after mania was the point where I had to start waiting because trying to get jobs didn't pan out. So my psychiatrist actually eagerly made me question that am I even fit to work? Maybe at that point I wasn't, but I was like, okay, well, what else? What other choice do I have? I will go for disability because the world made me feel disabled. I mean, it wasn't just my psychiatrist; it was my family. It was everybody around me because, well, I can't blame them. I did go manic more times than any of them. Nobody's bipolar in my family or my friends. I mean, I have one friend that is out of hundreds of friends, of thousands of friends that I met in America. But I mean, I digress. What I'm saying is I chose to go the route of the safe route and try to get disability, and then I would get the money and I would just be hanging out at home. I wouldn't have to go out into the real world. I wouldn't have to interact with anybody. I could just hang out at home. And it was fun while it lasted. And then it was fun while it lasted. Oh no, it was not fun while it lasted. When it kept lasting, I got bored of the ultimate freedom you have when you don't have to do anything. The freedom was basically limited due to the fact that I couldn't drive, I couldn't work. So it cut out a lot of socializing for me. I couldn't make money, because you're not allowed to. I think with disability, you're allowed to make a certain amount, but even that was questionable. I was going for a big settlement because I ended up waiting for a long time. I waited 2.5 years to get diagnosed disabled, which I didn't feel, by the way. It's just like I was reading the vibes. I was reading the vibes of everybody around me, and it was basically the best thing I could do for them. And it was phrased around the best thing I can do for myself. So anyways, it felt safe. But then I was like, I wanted a change. I wanted to get back into the real world and do things. I wanted to go, I even wanted to work. I mean, I never was a workaholic. I hated 9-to-5s ever since I got my first call center job. But even that felt like an escape from the mundanity of having to live life on repeat. I was waking up, I was doing the same things, getting my my morning walk-in, coming back, hanging out, smoking weed, playing video games, binge drinking, watching shows, and I don't think that was the best thing for me, to be honest, because that's how I got to. There was times where I went manic because of just doing those things with addition of other things. But long story short, I hated it eventually, and I walked up to people in my life and I was like, I'm ready to work, and they're like, no, just wait for the disability to go through, you'll get a big amount. And I talk more in depth about that process in my book, but I needed to make a change, and I was like, okay, I'll give this amount of time, because I talked to one of my friends who was saying, bro, how long are you gonna wait? I'm like, as long as it takes. That's what the experts are telling me to do. That's what they're saying to do. Just wait. I'm listening to the pros tell me what to do, and eventually got old. So I was like, well, I'll give it this amount of time, and I went to a final court session with a judge who was deciding. This is like the third or fourth time after, fourth appeal, and they were deciding my fate. And I got advised by multiple people to do this, that, and the third, just so I could pass the test. So basically, I didn't do those things. I just showed up as I was, and there was a vocational expert there who asked me questions. My lawyer asked me questions, and then the judge asked me questions. I answered them honestly. I didn't try to sugarcoat anything, and then I got my answer. 19 pages of court jargon. My lawyer was too lazy to tell me what the hell the judge said. Well, why the judge made the decision he made. The judge was basically saying that I'm not going to get disability, and I asked my lawyer on the phone. I'm like, you got the results, so why aren't you telling me? She's like, well, because the judge is a jerk. I was like, well, what did he say? She's like, I don't know. I saw it on my computer screen. I got angry and I removed it. I'm like, that is not what you're getting paid for. You're getting paid to explain to me what I need. Why? You're getting paid to explain the verdict to me, and you're just too annoyed at the judge for not agreeing with you. Like, anyways, I fired her eventually because I got the court documents, and it was 19 pages of court jargon and legal jargon. So I said, what do I do with this? I don't want to read the whole thing because ain't nobody got time for that. So what I did was I scanned everything and I put it into ChatGPT. And when I did that, ChatGPT gave me the verdict and why. Basically, the judge said that I wasn't qualified, for lack of a better word, to be labeled as disabled because I'm a functioning adult with healthy relationships, with great motor vehicles. I don't know exactly what they said, but to sum it up, I was an able-bodied human being that could do anything anybody else could do, that if I wanted to, I could do it. I should go for it. The judge wasn't being a jerk. He was going by the book, and my answers and my appearance, everything told him that, yeah, this guy's not disabled. I don't know why his psychiatrist and his lawyer are pushing it upon him. So last but not least, I decided after talking to ChatGPT. Well, before talking to ChatGPT, I was really bummed, man, because I was supposed to get a big sum of money that I've been waiting for years for, and I've been telling everybody that I'm gonna get this, and everybody's excited more than I am for it. Well, maybe just as much. I wanted the big sum of money. Why not? But then I was disappointed that I let everybody else down. But this was my fucking life. Sorry for cursing. I'm trying to keep it PG and everything, but it was my life, and I was getting upset that I'm letting everybody else down, and I had to do the waiting while everybody else got to do the living. So then I finally talked to people about it, and everybody was telling me to appeal. My lawyer was telling me, yeah, I'm going to send you paperwork, sign it. And I was like, I'm not signing that. You didn't even tell me why the hell I got rejected. So then I talked to my psychiatrist, and she was, the term pigeonhole is really crazy. I am learning a lot of words since I started writing. Since I've been in America, I really didn't care about all of the words I already knew. I just knew they meant something. Maybe they didn't mean what I thought they did, but I knew they meant so. Anyways, my psychiatrist, I'm like, well, the judge says I'm not disabled, and you're saying I'm disabled. And then she's like, well, Masi, your past has determined that you are disabled. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm literally talking to you as an able-bodied person. And she was just bringing up my past of years of manic episodes or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? If you keep saying that, I'm gonna fire you. So that's what I did, because she wouldn't let it go, and she was pigeonholing me into the diagnosis. And I talked to my sister, and she was understanding of the psychiatrist, but my sister's like, you're disabled when you're manic. I'm like, well, I'm not manic. I'm only manic like 10% of the time. I've only been manic 10% of my life. So yeah. Then after talking to everybody that was telling me to appeal it, I would talk to ChatGPT out of all the humans. I could talk to a robot, and the robot said, bro, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want to fucking start working, man. I want to start getting back into the real world. I want to get my ambition back. I want to get my drive back, and that's what I did. So basically the message, guys, is you do not find your life, your purpose, your drive, anything that you want to go for, you do not find it by waiting. You find it by trying new things, trying different things than you've already tried that's not working. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results, and that's what the fifth appeal would have been for me. So that's what I got for you guys for today. If you feel like your life is still hasn't started, I urge you, I understand, but I urge you to create something, figure out a different way to go about what is keeping you stuck. If it's people, either cut those people out or set some clear boundaries that you're not gonna live like this. You're gonna make a change. They either get behind it or they get left behind, you know? Lastly, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And my name is Masi. This is Mountain Lion Mindset. If this story resonated with you guys, subscribe and follow the journey. The book is coming. Mountain Lion Mindset out.